Back in the 1960s, the process of fully automating lighthouses in this country got underway. Over the years, there were fewer and fewer lighthouse keepers remaining, and now one of the last resident lighthouse keepers in this country is contemplating his and his family's future. From a distance, it's all quite tranquil. Once you arrive on Goat Island, though, the Atlantic Ocean and Scott Dombrowski make their presence known. These are really endangered species in a way.
Oh, they are.
For the better part of 30 years, Dombrowski has looked out over these waters, scanning the horizon for boaters in need of assistance. What are you looking for? What are you paying attention to?
Well, a lot of times the first scan is just of the horizon.
I met the 63-year-old atop Goat Island Lighthouse. The view itself from up here is as timeless as the light itself.
I mean, after 30 years, quite honestly, for us to come out here, every time I come out, it feels as special as it did the first time I did.
Goat Island Light is located in Kennebunkport, Maine. Tens of thousands of tourists flock here each year. The lighthouse has greeted many of them since 1833. There are 779 lighthouses left standing in the U.S. Dombrowski, though, is one of this country's last resident lighthouse keepers. Like generations before him, he and his wife raised their family on this island while keeping the lighthouse in working order. What kind of person does it take to really live out here and do this job?
I call it analogous to living on a farm. And
because you're doing everything.
You're constantly pushing, pulling, hauling, moving. You're fixing roofs, you're doing electrical work, you're fixing the lawnmower, you're fixing the boats, the boat ramps. It just never stops.
On a good day, Dombrowski can see 12 miles out into the Atlantic Ocean. Right across the harbor, though, is Walker's Point, the summer retreat for the Bush family, two of whom were president. Goat Island Light has played a role in U.S. diplomacy as well. In the summer of 2007, Dombrowski hung an American and Russian flag from the tower. President Putin was visiting at the time.
They brought him over in the boat and pointed out the flags and see, our people do want us to work together.
But this lighthouse, which has guided so many to safety over the years, is now in need of its own kind of saving. A year ago, an underwater cable that runs power to the island broke. It will cost around $400,000 to repair.
Natives view lighthouses as European countries would view castles.
Tom Bradbury is with the Kennebunkport Conservation Trust, which owns the lighthouse.
And all of these are just small pieces that collectively form the fabric of life in a small town.
Yeah, why is it so important to you all to just, continue to maintain these spaces the way they are? And just
once they're gone, they're gone.
The light itself is solar-powered and maintained by the Coast Guard. But with no power on the rest of the island, it's getting harder and harder for anyone to live here full-time. No heat means mold is also becoming an issue. Preserving the kind of fiber of a community is something anyone, anywhere in the country can empathize with.
And every town has them, and that's what makes their town special. And they're different in every town.
There are fundraising efforts underway to repair the cable. It's going to take time, though.
Yeah, you get to know them over the years. You're always passing one another in the harbor.
Leaving Scott Dombrowski and the next generation of lighthouse keepers here, contemplating their future.
We really want the tradition of the light station to stay in place.
His hope, though, is that with some luck, this light will keep guiding mariners to safety for years to come. Scripps News, Kennebunkport, Maine.